more time for reading with your kids? Are you trying to cut back on screen time? Do you have reluctant readers who just don't love to read? Are you having trouble with bedtimes or night waking? Do you want your kids to become more independent at playing or have quiet time and not need you every second of the day? Are you needing a break as a mom and you want your kids to have something to do that's not setting them down in front of a screen? If you answered yes to any of these questions, I have the solution for you. It is my new Sanity Saver, my favorite product, pretty much that we own that is kid related. It is not sponsored and I'm going to share it with you today. Hey guys, Sarah here. I am the mom to 3 daughters. I am a former English teacher and daycare provider. I love early child education. I love English. I love reading and I love books. And so today I'm going to be talking all about these things when it comes to one product. And I very rarely do a whole video on one product, and this video is not sponsored. I just love this product and want to share it with you guys today. So what is that product, you ask? It's this bad boy or these bad boys. It is the Yoto Player. It is a speaker. It is an audio player for kids, and I'm going to run down all the details. I'm a very detailed person, so you're going to get all the details in this video. What we love, what we don't love, how we use it, all of the things, favorite cards. You want to know about the Yoto? Keep watching. Like I said, Yoto has no idea who I am. I paid for the Yotos with my own money. I do have a referral link that every single customer can get when they sign up. That gives somebody else 10% off their first order. So it's a great way to get a Yoto. I know a lot of you guys have used my code and I highly, highly appreciate it. It has helped us get some free cards. You get 500 points or 1,000 points depending on the promotion for referring somebody, and for 120 points you can earn $1. So I haven't received a ton of money for this, but it has helped us buy some new cards. So I just want to say thank you. If you use my code, you get 10% off. I get points to put towards more cards, which we love. So what even is the Yoto Player? Over on Instagram and here on YouTube, I've shared our Yotos in various day in the life videos, weekly prep videos, and on Instagram just sharing our days, especially homeschooling, our morning routines that all involve these. And so what actually is it? So many of you guys ask, but what actually is it, Sarah? I need to know. I don't understand. So to put it in layman's terms, it is basically a pixelated speaker that is for kids. You can purchase cards for it that kids can use independently. It goes in that little slot there. And there are so many different uses for it. It is a wireless speaker. It's portable. You can get this nice adventure jacket and kids can carry it around. It has a nice little dock if you get the main big Yoto that it just sits on to charge. The smaller one does have to be plugged in directly, but it's really small and portable. There are 2 versions that do the exact same thing. This is the main Yoto. This is the Yoto Mini. They are white, but you can get these cases for them, like I said. They have 2 knobs on them, 1 on-off button, 2 speakers on each side, a headphone jack, and then this screen. So the screen just shows you if it is day or night and then the time. It connects to Wi-Fi, but the kids can only access what you give them permission to through this button. So this button, you can set it for a couple different things. We have it set to play the Yoto Daily Podcast, which I'll show you. Just push it once.
Monday, so nice to see you. Thanks for kicking off the...
And if you push it twice, we have it set to play Yoto Radio. This knob over here just controls the volume. And then if you have a card in, this also controls the chapter. You can spin it and then push it in for the chapter. So the Wi-Fi is just to download the content on the cards. Once you put a card in, it will download the file. So after that, you can take it somewhere that doesn't have Wi-Fi and it'll still continue to play. And it also uses the Wi-Fi for the radio station and the podcast. But other than that, it's not like they're streaming other things. They don't have access to the internet or anything on here, which is great. And then the only other thing the screen does is just show a pixelated image for each chapter or each song, depending on what kind of card it is, which is a really nice way for kids, especially if they can't read yet, to easily find the next chapter or whatever song they're looking for. And it's just a nice visual representation of whatever they're listening to. But it doesn't move. It only changes once each chapter or once each song. So it's not like a screen that's moving and that they're watching. It's just more an added element to their listening experience. So the way it works, you purchase different cards to go in the Yoto, and they all are different song cards, there's phonics cards, there's audiobooks, there are joke cards, there are podcast cards. There's so many different types of cards. They're constantly adding more. We've only had it 2 months, and I feel like we haven't spent that much on cards, but we've collected quite an assortment through Christmas, birthday, and just those points that I have had. I've bought some extra cards. And so the way it works, kids can, like I said, they can turn on the Yoto Daily podcast if that's what you have it set to. There's a couple options, but not a whole lot. You can set it to the radio, or they can put a card in. That's all there is. You can also link it via Bluetooth to your phone, but that would probably be something more that you're doing, especially if you have younger kids. So if you have, you know, Encanto music on your phone and you want to play it through the Yoto, you can do that too. So it will work in that way, but it can be a completely independent thing as well. So literally all they do, if you're on Wi-Fi, they put the card in for the first time, it'll play, and then after that, like I said, you can take it anywhere else and it'll still play because it will be loaded onto the actual unit. So they stick it in, they can change the chapter, they can change the song, and it will also pick up where they left off on that player. So if they're on a certain chapter in the middle, it'll start playing where they left off, which is really, really great too. So they just stick it in this little slot.
Piccadilly Press presents
and it will start playing.
Hotel Flamingos. Fabulous.
You take it out and it stops, which is really great. There is also an app where all of the cards you've purchased are, so you can also use this on the go, like in your car, at the doctor's office, without actually taking the Yoto with you. But if you have a Yoto Mini, they are very portable, which is nice, but this is just another great option. You can also discover different cards and listen to them, like if you want to kind of just see different cards that are out there. You can also make your own cards, which is a really, really cool option. There's various different ways to do this, but I've taken some Audible books that I've purchased and I've turned them into a make your own card, which is really nice. And sleep sounds for at night. And then there are also podcasts on here and radio stations. Another cool thing about this is you can control the different Yotos on the app. So for example, if I go to the Mini, I can set the brightness, what time morning will display, the volume level, what the different buttons will do when you push them. I can set what time bedtime is and what the volume is then, the brightness. You can change different settings for the buttons for that. Different settings you can pick, headphone volume limit, time zone, so many different things. So that's really, really cool too. And you can also control your Yoto from the app. So I can play one of these. I just pick that I want it to be on one of the Yotos. Let's do the Mini. And like if you want sleep sounds at night on your kid's Yoto, you could just pick one of these and it'll play on there. Which is a really cool feature. I've used this when our 4-year-old has been listening to it really loudly. I didn't have the volume set to lower in the middle of the night and we could hear it on the monitor, so I turned it down from my app, which then I heard her crying, which is beside the point, but it's really cool that you can control it through the app as well. As far as storing the cards, we just keep them in this binder I got on Amazon. It's just a trading card binder. It was really inexpensive and it's worked wonderfully. It's very durable and we can fit tons of cards in here. We still have a good chunk empty. And so there's 4 cards per each side of the page. They fit perfectly. You just pull them out and put them back in. My kids have had no problem with this, and it's just a great way to see 8 cards at a time. My 7-year-old will often listen while she's playing Legos. My kids will listen to it while they're doing like kinetic sand or other type of like hands-on play that's not really like playing with their dollhouse or anything. It's more, you know, relaxing, calming play that they like to listen to it with. There's a crackling fire card they have used while they're playing campground, and they have like their little tent up and things like that, which is really fun. They listen to the music and have dance parties. My 4-year-old will listen with her headphones plugged in when she needs to be quiet when I'm working with my 7-year-old on one-on-one work for homeschooling, which has been really helpful. And then my 1-year-old, she's 17 months. She just kind of pushes the knob. She loves listening to the music and carrying it around. She doesn't really get it yet, but it's been very durable for her to carry around and she just loves it. We have incorporated the Yoto Daily podcast into our breakfast routine, which has been really nice. And usually that podcast is so fun. It has Jake, who you will fall in love with, his British accent. He is so fun, great with kids. You can just tell he's a dad. And he has geography on there, jokes that kids can actually send in their jokes. The kids can send in ideas for geography, where they want to travel, where they want to learn about. There's games, there's Simon Says, there's things where they have to go around the house and look for different things. You sometimes will listen to sounds and have to guess the sound. There's trivia. And then at the end of every episode are birthdays. And so our 7-year-old just had her birthday and we were able to be on there for that, which was really, really fun. You can send in a little birthday message for your child and it's just super cute. And then the Yoto radio station is just a radio station of various different songs, some old, some new, some Disney, some not, that just plays all day and really fun for kids. So usually after breakfast, my kids will go have a dance party with the Yoto radio and I will clean up the kitchen. So it's just been a great part of our routine. And then my 4-year-old was really struggling falling asleep. She was really scared at night for various reasons. 4-year-olds just get scared, think of monsters, and nothing we were doing was helping her fall asleep. It was taking her hours. And so when we gave the Yoto to our kids a little bit before Christmas, we let her sleep with it, and literally the day we gave it to her, we have not had any sleeping issues since then. She falls right to sleep listening to it. It's such a calming way to fall asleep. And then if she wakes up in the middle of the night, she can also listen to something and it helps her fall back asleep independently, which is wonderful. And then in the car, we will often sync my phone to the Bluetooth in my car and we will listen to stories on there as well, which has been great. Okay, so what do we love about the Yoto? We love basically everything. What I really love is the selection of cards. Even in the last 2 months since we got it, they have just been adding more cards. Here's just a sampling of some different stories and things you may have heard of that they have cards for. Pout Pout Fish, Ladybird Audio Adventures, Disney Classics, Llama Llama, Marvel, Magic Treehouse, Gruffalo and Friends, Henry Huggins, Ramona Quimby, Pixar, Splat the Cat, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Roald Dahl, classic stories, first words, different languages, math, science, podcasts, radio stations, phonics, and so much more. I would encourage you guys to go look at the selection. They're constantly adding more. Plus they have the make your own cards, which I really love. It can be kind of a learning curve to figure that out, but what I also love is they have an amazing Facebook group where you can go get ideas. That's how I learned to do the make your own cards. So there's directions for that in there. Yoto is actually responding a lot in there. If you have an issue, they will respond. They listen to feedback and use that in the group to make it better and update the software, which is amazing. And then people are often buying and selling and trading cards in there and just giving tons of great ideas. So I really love that about it. And then also they just started doing a couple months ago the Yoto Club. So every month you get 2 different cards you get to pick from a selection. It's $9.99 a month if you're in the States, or $99 a year if you want a little bit more savings, and you get 2 cards every month. So that's a great deal because most cards are like $10 and up. And they ship for free. You also get free shipping if you sign up for the Yoto Club and 10% off everything moving forward. So it's just a great savings, a great deal if you love Yoto like we do. Also, there are great ways to earn rewards. Like I mentioned, I get a referral link. Everybody who ever signs up for Yoto has a referral link to get points. So if you ever share it with somebody on social media or a friend or grandparent or whoever, you can get points if they make a purchase, which is really awesome. Also, their customer service. So our first Yoto, about a month in, the headphone jack stopped working for some reason, and I reached out to them and sent them a little video of the issue, and right away they sent us a new one. I sent the old one back and we're good to go. I just love that they stand by their products. And you know, sometimes these things happen and they fixed it right away. We've had no issues since then. We absolutely love the Yoto Daily podcast and just how interactive it is. People all over the world send in jokes and things and you actually get to hear the kids on their jokes. We sent jokes in that were played that week that we sent them in, and I just love how collaborative it is. I love that my kids are loving reading even more. My 7-year-old has listened to the entire Ramona Quimby collection 3 times in about a month. That's a lot of books. And I can just see their vocabulary growing. My 4-year-old loves the Ladybird Audio Adventures, and she's learning so much through those about different, like the human body and different time periods and so many different things. It's just really cool that they're learning just by listening to books. I love that the app has great control, so I'm in control of the settings and my kids, you know, can be independent within those limits. I just love the balance of having access to technology but not more than I'm comfortable with. I love the make your own cards, so if there's content that you want, you can go find it, go pay for it, and then put it on a card. You can also have family members or you yourself can record books or messages like for your kids, and they can listen to it. It's just really endearing. And I just love that it's cards. I've seen other types of speakers like this that have like action figures and little figurines that I feel like would be really hard to keep track of. I love that it's cards. It's super simple. Kids can easily handle them. They're very durable. They're like a driver's license or a credit card. They're not easy to break or anything. And they're super simple for my kids to use. As far as what we don't like, there's just a couple things that I would change or improve. One is that the make your own cards can be a little bit confusing to make. I'm glad for the Facebook group because they made it very straightforward. If you just search in there for make your own cards, you can find instructions, but I wish it was a little bit more intuitive. My other thing is the adventure jacket. While it looks really nice, it's sleek, I do wish there was a little bit more padding. I think of my kids' Kindles and how bulky and cushioned those cases are, and I really like that. So if they drop those, I'm not worried about it breaking, whereas this, like, we haven't fully dropped it, thank goodness. I just feel like this may not fully protect it, but maybe they've done tests and it does. It still worries me. And also the one thing I don't like about the adventure jacket, just because it's this material, we have so much hair in this family and it's constantly sticking to it, which is not a big deal. But it's just one little minor thing we don't love. And I racked my brain trying to think of anything else we don't like, and that is literally all I could come up with. We absolutely love the Yoto. It's such a brilliant, well thought out product. So let's talk favorite cards. If you guys are wanting to get the Yoto or you already have the Yoto and you want some ideas for where to start with cards. My 7-year-old daughter loves the Ramona Quimby and Henry Huggins collection. She loves Beverly Cleary. There is a whole Ramona series, but we actually had it on Audible, so I just transferred that over to a card. So she's listened to all 77 chapters of, that's all the books combined, so she loves that. She absolutely loves the Hotel Flamingo collection. Those are about an hour and a half for each card. There are 4 cards in that series, and it's a hotel for animals, and it's just really cute, and I love the woman reading it. Her British accent is so fun to listen to, so I can see why she loves that. And then she really loves Robin Hood. It has some songs, it's got some nice music, it's very dramatic, and she just loves that retelling of Robin Hood. My 4-year-old is obsessed with the Ladybird audio adventures. That's just a really fun series where they take you along on different adventures, like inside the human body or back in time, and they get to learn a lot. There's different characters. It's funny at times, but also very interesting and engaging. She also loves Frog and Toad. She loves it so much that we actually found the books at the library and have been reading them as well as listening to them. And then she really loves this Fun Kids Junior radio card. It just plays music. At night it plays like soft lullaby type music, and during the day it just plays normal kid music, so she really loves that. My 1-year-old doesn't listen to a whole lot of cards, but I really love my first 100 words that comes with the starter pack. If you get the starter pack, and you can pick your different language, and then it will take you through the 100 first words, and there's an image for each word, so it'll say like strawberry, and then it will show a strawberry, and it's just a great way to teach them phonics and words and even learning different languages, which is really cool. So I'm pretty sure at this point you know basically everything there is to know about the Yoto, but if there are any other questions you guys have, leave them in the comments. I will be sure to answer. I wanted this to be very thorough for somebody who wants to know everything there is to know about Yoto. Now you do. I can't think of one other thing to share about it that I haven't already, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video and this inspired you in some way, even just to fit more reading in, even if you don't want the Yoto, and also how to use it and how to store the cards and things like that. So I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please give it a thumbs up. I would love if you would subscribe. I love to help parents create balance that sticks in their life, and the Yoto has been really wonderful for that, helping me get more done, helping my kids stay more focused and be learning through the process, which is wonderful. So thank you guys. I will see you next time. Bye.